Hello, I'm Todd Blanton, one-stop operator for the Kentucky Career Center Bluegrass, and welcome to our next edition of the Bluegrass Business and Economic Update. This is a series created to provide the citizens of the Bluegrass with information on workforce, labor, employment, and training initiatives happening right here in central Kentucky. We'll once again begin by highlighting a high-demand sector here in the Bluegrass area. High-demand sectors are seen when a demand for employment exceeds a supply of qualified workers for that occupation or skill set. The Bluegrass currently recognizes 6 sectors in high demand: childcare and education, construction, healthcare, information technology, manufacturing, and transportation, distribution, and logistics. The sector we're going to look at today is manufacturing. So, as everybody knows, the Bluegrass is a popular location for manufacturing in the U.S., providing 16.6% of the nation's 10.8% of the total GDP. The average worker produces $646,000 in value compared to the nation's $514,000. Here you will see the average wages for those in the manufacturing sector of the Bluegrass. That's $68,000 per year and provides employment to over 45,000 individuals in our 17-county area. That's a lot of workers. Though there was a significant decline in the manufacturing positions in the Bluegrass in the 2010s, there's been a slow and steady rise in the recent years with projected continual growth in the sector. The wages you'll see from the chart have continued to grow steadily over the last 20 years and are expected to continue that climb. Our final chart names the top career in the sector for the Bluegrass area as team assemblers. This position employs the highest number of individuals and retains the highest annual demand, as well as a decent average annual salary of over $41,000. Though team assemblers often do not require more than a high school diploma or a GED to qualify, this position can often be a springboard for positions with an employer. Positions that sometimes may require an additional training or an additional certification for a position within the manufacturers. Individuals can contact the Bluegrass local workforce development areas occupational skills and training program. This program can offer individuals up to $10,000 of training costs covered. An approved educational organization has to provide the training, but in addition to that, we also provide supportive services such as books, supplies, or even steel-toe boots for those in the manufacturing sector that may need that. If you're interested in our occupational skills training program, please visit our website, ckycareers.com/training. Teleworks USA. So this is a great opportunity for individuals that are looking to work from home. The Bluegrass Workforce Innovations Board is working in partnership with the Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program on bringing Teleworks USA to Central Kentucky. Teleworks USA is an innovative program that brings work from home employment opportunities to job seekers, especially those in rural areas and small towns, allowing them to take part in the global economy without relocating. So what makes Teleworks USA different is the fact that they prepare you to work from home. The work from home lifestyle is not for everybody. It requires the ability to focus without distraction. You've got to be a self-starter, as well as having a stable internet connection and a location that you can work from home that is very quiet. So the staff of Teleworks provides information sessions on the requirements to be successful when working from home, as well as helping you find a work from home position that suits you best. Some information sessions have already taken place, but there will be a job fair in the upcoming months dedicated to these work from home positions. So check out the CKY Careers website in order to keep up to date on the project and learn more about these awesome work from home positions. Another great program is Commonwealth Coders. Commonwealth Coders is a special initiative between the Bluegrass and other workforce development areas in the state. It provides a 16-week training course to train individuals for a career as a junior web developer. The program has seen success in other areas before coming to the Bluegrass and is now in its second round of trainees. The Bluegrass plans on continuing the initiative, so be sure to check out ckycareers.com for updates on when the next round will open. And employers, if you're looking for a junior web developer, please contact Rolando Thacker at rthacker.bgadd.org to see how our business services team can connect you to a recent graduate and possibly offset a part of their salary while they learn the specifics of your company's position. Transition to Transformation is another awesome program offered. And as the need for employees continues to rise throughout the Bluegrass area, many companies are rethinking the traditional requirements in their open position and consider becoming second chance employers. Second chance hiring is the practice of hiring individuals with a criminal record. Second chance hiring taps into a massive source of talent that many businesses can benefit from. As more and more companies move in this direction, the Kentucky Career Center, Bluegrass, saw the need for connecting job seekers with those employers. And those job seekers typically have what many would consider to be profound barriers, but it requires a forward thinking employer to assist with the transitions to transformation program. So what this program does is focus on the untapped labor pool, immigrant workers, individuals with limited English, individuals with disabilities, veterans or older workers, entry-level workers who may need basic skills training, those re-entering the workforce after incarceration, or those individuals that may just recently released from recovery or still going through recovery. The Transitions to Transformation program has seen the most success with individuals with re-entry or those in recovery programs. So we've hired some great staff who are uniquely positioned to work with these organizations and entities. They provide those individuals within them with a career pathway and connect them to organizations, to help them meet their needs. A lot of studies have shown that when there's a support system for those individuals, as they exit either recovery or incarceration, they're less likely to return to their former life. So recently I had the chance to sit down with Kristen Howard, our transitional coordinator here within the Bluegrass, to talk exactly, about the Transitions to Transformation program, how it works, how she became involved, and why it's been so successful here in the Bluegrass. Today we have a special guest with us on the Business and Economic Update, Ms. Kristen Howard, the Transitional Coordinator for the Kentucky Career Center Bluegrass, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the Transitions to Transformation program and how it works. So welcome, Kristen. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi. So I am Kristen Howard. I am the Transitional Coordinator for the Kentucky Career Center. I started with Kentucky Career Center about 2 years ago. And during that time, I was a case manager for the Georgetown location. And there was an opportunity that came around for a transitional case manager to work within that population. So I accepted that. The transitional population is the hardest to serve, the ones with the most barriers and the most difficult to place. So within this field, I get to help those individuals find employment and get through training and kind of get back on their feet.
Great, Kristen. So you told us a little bit about what you do and kind of your day-to-day job. And you mentioned that, this population may have some barriers. So can you tell us a little bit about what that population may look like and what those significant barriers may be?
Absolutely. So typically within transitional, we see the most in like recovery from substance use and things like that, but it also includes homeless, re-entry from incarceration, English as a second language, disability. Veterans is also in that category, but we actually created a position for a veteran case manager. So that one would go to her. But initially, within the transitional population, veterans fall into that as well.
Great. And that kind of took care of my next question for you, Kristen. I was going to ask you, somebody that was considered to be transitional, who would that be or who would that look like? And I think you did a great job covering that. So appreciate you going into a little bit more detail with us. So if a particular person wants to work in a specific industry or for a business that's in this transitional program, how does that work with the employer community?
So I can kind of tell you how I operate with the population, and we'll sit down. I'll get some information from them and see what they're looking for, see what their strengths and weaknesses are, kind of like their work history. I work with individuals that haven't worked in years. They may have been, in active addiction, not had a place to live, or been incarcerated for extended periods of time. So we sit down and we try to pull out skills and interests within them. Send them to, career pathways and kind of get an idea of where their personality fits. And then we'll look at local businesses that we partner with, as well as local urgently hiring places, and, kind of discuss what they would be comfortable with. Do they have transportation? We'll sit down and do a resume together, or over the phone if they're not able to come into the office for some reason, or I can't get to them, and get that out to our business service team, to which they will reach out to the employer, kind of, be that middleman and help them get into an interview at least and see what we can do there. But there's all kinds of resources to get them going.
That's great. So what if a business doesn't have a history of hiring individuals with the kind of barriers that you talked about?
So that does happen quite often, just because there's a lot of negative stigma against people that have backgrounds or that don't have a lot of experience or things like that. And we have a couple different options. Typically when we sit down and with our business service team, they'll explain the option to do a transitional agreement to which they can, sign on and try to take a chance on these individuals through our program. They can also, connect with the Kentucky Chamber, who will help them and kind of work around getting their standards changed to where they can accept these individuals. But working with us is always a good idea because they're risk-free, through us, and we can kind of help them get to know that individual and their work ethic and not just what's went on in their past.
So it sounds like this program is not just great for the individuals, but it's also great for businesses in our Bluegrass area.
It is. It's a win-win for everybody. I've seen a lot of success out of it, so I can't really say anything bad about anything.
That's awesome. So if a person has barriers to employment, but they don't fit into your program, can they still come to you for your help, or can they go to a different program within the Career Center?
Oh yeah, I get referrals all the time that don't necessarily fall in for me. And I will send them, to either my supervisor, or if I know who their direct case manager will be, I'll send them on over. Sometimes I'll go ahead and get a little, base information from them and send them to that person. But yeah, absolutely. We help everybody.
Great. Well, Kristen, I really appreciate your time today. If you're checking this update out, you want to learn more about the Transitions to Transformation program, how it can help you or help your business, please visit ckycareers.com/T2T. Employers can also get free resources on becoming a second chance employer by visiting the KentuckyComeback.com. Those are some great resources. Again, Kristen, thanks for your time and explaining a little bit about the program. It was all great information.
Thank you, Todd.
Welcome back. To conclude this quarter's report, I'd like to share with you some workforce-related events that we have coming up here in the Bluegrass. Franklin County will be hosting a take-home job fair on March 1st, and you can visit the Paul Sawyer Library at 319 Wapping Street in Frankfort to pick up your bag. Hitachi in Berea is going to be hosting a job fair at 212 West Jefferson Street from 1 to 6 p.m. on March the 10th and also on March the 17th. The Jessamine County Public Library's Career Fair is going to be on May 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the public library's location there at 600 South Main Street in Nicholasville. And we also have some job fair opportunities and career fair opportunities for the youth. The Franklin County Schools Career Center will be on April the 14th, and the Success Academy Schools Career Fair will be on April the 26th. So some exciting opportunities there for job fairs here in the Bluegrass. So this concludes the quarter's business and economic update. Once again, I'm Todd Blanton, one-stop operator for the Kentucky Career Center Bluegrass. I hope you found some of this information informative, and tune in next time for more information about the projects and initiative happening right here in Central Kentucky. And if you have a topic that you'd like to see us cover on the business and economic update, please send your ideas to Stacy May, our planning and information manager for the Bluegrass local workforce area, at the email listed on the screen. And have a great day.